how AI is going to change a state agency. Today, I'm joined by McCallion, who is a prop tech AI guru. Thanks for joining me today, Mal.
Pleasure. Great to see you, Chris.
How is AI going to change a state agency? Talk to me.
Well, it's going to fundamentally change a state agency, and that may not be like tomorrow or the next day,
Of
but
course,
it
you'd
is.
say that because you're selling AI, aren't you?
But essentially, what I'm saying is that this is a technology, just like the internet, just like mobile, that at one point in time looked like it was all a little bit weird. And I go back to my time back in Primelocation days in 2000.
Well, they said the same about this. I can remember the newspaper. This internet thing's not going to take off, is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's all a little bit like, what, digital people sitting on in front of
The internet,
computers.
schminternet. There you go.
100%.
There you go.
And yeah, and it's fun, now it's so much in everything, right? This whole thing is going to be broadcast over Tinternet. So what is happening in AI is going to change everything, and whether or not we think it's going to do it tomorrow or the next day or in 5 years' time. So we are just, and I'm such an advocate of AI literacy. You have to start playing around with stuff. You've got to start learning it because it is going to change your business, and it is going to change your business in fundamental ways.
And it's a lot of people use it. A lot of agents watching this use it to create brochures. I mean, this is like nursery school level compared to the stuff.
100%. And everything. So there's one called Grok, which is the Elon Musk backed one, and it's got its own kind of deep seek version. And again, I think you can get it for $30 a month or something. But within that, for example, and again, I'm not necessarily suggesting that this is what everybody wants to do, but you can literally put in the name of somebody and their address. And this one, Grok, because it doesn't have the guardrails of some of the others, will go away and find where this person used to work, all of their social media, blah, blah, blah. So you can get a real deep dive into that vendor you're about to go and see, and be really kind of able to understand the things that are publicly available about them. So it's really quite powerful from that perspective. Okay, so from the research perspective, you being able to know who you're going out to see and what they do and where they've come from, what their agenda is, what their story is. So I think that's one really kind of key way of looking at it. And some of the other ones are going down the same route. But you mentioned kind of deep research side. This I think is the big game changer. Okay, as you say, the AI assistants and chatbots, all that sort of stuff, they're funky and they're cool and they do like really cool stuff and they come back quick answers. But actually being able to do some deep research
And
on
that's for those that do a open it on ChatGPT. There is a button called Deep Research. You have to have the pay for version, I'm assuming.
that's correct. Yeah. So if you're on the $20 version, I think you get four or eight a month, something like that. But yes, it's a button that's directly underneath where you type in your stuff. It just says deep research. Press that, and then what happens is it goes away and it will, whatever you task you put it. So let's say, for example, I want to increase my lettings book, by 10% this year. What should I do? And it will go away, and it will spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes working away on different things, and it will come back with answers for you. And then you can talk to them about it. Let's say, right, well, if you've suggested going acquisition, or you've suggested some organic growth over here, whatever those are, you can then actually have a proper conversation with this AI about those strategies. So I think that these are the things that we're only just at the very start of, and how that kind of can directly influence your strategy as a business person. But then there's all this kind of tactical stuff as well. So AI that it's voice AI. So you can actually have it plugged into your phone system, and it will take calls for you and transcribe them. And its voice, it's really reactive. It's chatty. You can pick any voice you want, and you can also have it translate. So if somebody is speaking Mandarin, then it can instantly speak Mandarin in the same kind of voice. So that's something that's out there right now and is going really, really amazingly. There's things like virtual staging. So again, virtual staging has kind of had a bit of a long history, but it's been quite clunky. Now with AI, literally, you just show it an image and it will come back with 8 different versions of the same image with different furniture and so on. So huge amounts that's happening that I think are really, really exciting. AI avatars, these again are really, really powerful, where essentially what you have is a version of me that is recorded and is and my voice. And if you've got a market update to do, and perhaps you just don't have the time to do it, then all you do is send some bullet points about stats for that particular month, and then the avatar will read it. So there's just such a big array of potential for this technology that, like I said, it is going to change how we do everything, with one exception, and that exception is people. And this is a people business. Always has been, always will be. I remember back in publication days, 25 years ago, 2000, estate agents coming and going, but the internet's going to disintermediate us, right? It's going to get rid of our jobs. And that, fast forward 25 years, nothing's really changed because this transaction, the skills, the importance of that, of knowing that that person's kind of with you in this journey is still the most important thing.
I'm of the opinion that CRMs and the portals have um, meant that fees have come down because we have given some of our work to the CRMs. There's no hot boxes with manual cards,
Yeah.
and you press a button and it goes out via email on the CRM, and you the portals themselves just you don't have to ring out. And I just genuinely feel that the service levels have gone down, fee levels have gone down, and I'm going to blame, but I'm not, the portals and CRMs for that. I don't know if you agree or disagree with that, but
I think that's a really interesting proposition, because then if an agent B who's just arrived in the market can now do it cheaper because they're using all this tech, then they're going to charge cheaper, and then that brings the whole thing down. So I think it's good.
do you think AI will continue to reduce fees, or do you think it'll take the heavy lifting off and enable agents to do the more people side of the business, and therefore fees go up?
So I am a huge proponent of the idea that essentially what this will do is it'll get the machines doing the machine jobs and the humans doing the human jobs. Okay, so I think that this is going to free us. Nobody grows up as a kid thinking, what I want to do is sit in front of a spreadsheet all day, or sit in front of a CRM and tap data in and stuff like that. That's not where it is. So I think that so now, because the AI is going to be able to put data entry, it's going to be able to do all that sort of stuff and do the boring bits, that now we're going to be free to go out into the communities and start talking to people again. And I have this other phrase that's essentially uniqueness at scale. Now, again, we have, for better or worse, through the portals, that same experience. There's been a lot of, I think there's sort of homogenizing agents. So basically making agents all look the same. You have
They
a
all
little,
are the same.
yeah, you have a little logo and you've got this many characters that
Yeah,
you're allowed to describe yourself as. Now, AI is going to free you to do what the hell you want. So you can have
but
that
they can do what
avatar,
the hell they want now,
not at
like
scale.
social, like putting their stuff out on Facebook and things like that.
Not at scale, in my view. So I don't think the ease with which this is possible has not been there to this point. So if I'm a business owner and I have to train Debbie up to go out and actually do this sort of stuff, that's difficult. And then if it doesn't quite work,
And
however,
and Debbie doesn't want to be on camera.
as soon as you point the camera, she's wonderful in real life. As soon as you point the camera out, she freaks out and absolutely and doesn't come across half as well as she does in real life. So again, AI with AI avatars, for example, solves that and is great. But also, then Debbie is not sitting there having to record, loads of WhatsApp videos for potential vendors that she's, seen that she's been out to see, but then they haven't come on the market with her. She can actually just get her AI avatars to do all that sort of stuff and present to these particular vendors, and then anybody with leads can come back in. And meantime, she's out at the local coffee morning, or she's out, helping out in the food bank, whatever, and making these connections. And I think that to me is this uniqueness at scale: is whatever you as a business, whatever matters to you as a business, whatever your vision is, your mission, then actually that can start to come to the fore again. Instead of you having to do all this admin and all these bits and pieces, now you can go, right, okay, actually this is where we want to be. This is what my vision of our business is. And then you can start to actually lead much more into that world than you have ever been able to do.
Fascinating. Thank you for your time today.
Pleasure. Good to see you.